Here again, and welcome back to the Late Debate, where we talk about some of the most sweetest, controversial, juicy topics in the diaspora that's trending globally right now. Now, can I ask you guys another question? Do you think that DNA tests should be mandatory in any relationship? Whether you're married, whether you're dating, you had a child, any relationship. Benga, do you think DNA testing should be mandatory in any relationship?
Tell them.
Hell yes.
That's what I mean.
Because these women out here these days, man, you gotta watch them. They worse than, you know what, I'm not even gonna say this.
Worse than what? Not men.
Acting like niggas these days.
Man, they're worse.
So y'all mad because we acting
dudes.
like y'all?
And
no, we're just justifying
the part,
let him finish.
The part that I really want y'all to really grasp is they'll cheat and they won't tell a soul. Like, bro, they're so secretive. So yes, get it done
respectfully
twice by two different places to make
What?
sure.
You're
respectfully.
OD. You're OD.
Come on, so that means, hold on.
That's sensitive to say that you don't know who you're laying with.
First of all,
okay, so what does that
excuse
say?
me.
Oh,
Excuse me.
About what?
You missed what I said.
finish.
You said women are sneaky and get a DNA test.
Listen, you could be with a woman in a relationship for 6-7 years with a nigga, and the nigga is faithful, and she's.
That's where he's already lying.
Wait, guys.
Are you serious?
Based on what you just said.
Really? He's already lying.
Hold on, wait, guys.
Go ahead, finish.
Guys.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
I'm in IT. A dude that I work with is a complete.
Blaine.
He's not one exactly. So he goes to work and goes straight home and makes sure that he brings the money, and he's making a lot of money. He's bringing the money home and he's taking his girl. And I got homeboys who's hit her in the last 2-3 months.
I can
You know what I'm
guarantee
saying?
you
only
hit
bringing
a
money
couple girls.
home, though. That's a different conversation.
He goes home.
But if you're only bringing money home and you're not doing everything else you need to do on the list of things you need to do as a man for a woman,
how do you know what he's not doing? I never
I
said
mean,
he's
all
not
you
doing
said
that.
was
So
that
automatically you assume.
cheating?
Hold on, guys.
Okay, when men
Clearly
cheat,
she is.
there's never a reason to cheat. You should
You
not
just
cheat.
gave a bunch
Just
of
gave a reason to
No,
cheat.
men cheat more than
There's a reason why people
Are you
live
serious?
outside
What's
of their
that?
crime.
men
You-
cheat more than women because men, they can have everything at home
Where
and
you
they
get your
will
proof
still,
from?
they could have the best pussy at home and they will still go out and find some other, just to have fun.
Do you
and
not
then go
see
back
how
to their woman
subjective your
and say
statement
they
is?
love it. But a woman, when they cheat, even though it's not right, usually it's because they're missing something.
Yeah, they're
an
usually
emotional
being
connection,
tricked out of their relationship.
sexual, being sexually
I could've
satisfied,
agreed with that.
whatever.
Why
it
she-
means. Men cheat whether they're satisfied or not.
I've been cheated on
but there's
before,
usually still
and
a
I
hole.
did my shit. So
Maybe
let's-
there was an emotion.
No.
Not all women, but for the
Yeah.
most part.
So let's say
For
there's,
the most
let's
part.
say there's a
Always
generalization.
say I do
Let's
my
say,
part. What is your part? Do you know your part?
of course you
Did
know
you
your
ask
part.
her your
Oh,
part?
my
Look.
Yes.
Yes. When you ask her
And
why,
it varies-
last time-
and it
Stop,
varies
bruh.
from
This is my
girlfriends
different
and
wife.
Hold
wives.
on, I feel like y'all attacking.
Let me address this right here. She said, do you ask my part? When you ask a girl why you cheated, as I did, and she say, I don't know. I just kind of like,
She wanted to fuck
okay, so
you
I
out.
did my part.
No.
You know what I mean? She don't know what I did wrong. She can't say what I did wrong. Therefore, I did my part.
Sometimes women just be scared to talk.
What? I'm a beat?
What?
I don't put hands on women.
No, women just be scared to talk.
You can always speak for
Listen,
yourself.
I can tell you, like, if you. How is this? I'm an alpha woman. I'm very dominant.
Oh,
I'm
man.
very, like.
So I hope you out here expecting a beta male. That's what
No,
you're made for.
That's what you're made
That's what you're made for.
Listen, I'm in a relationship right now and I have an alpha male.
You think you
We're
do.
both alphas.
I'm gonna just shut up. I'll
he's
let you
not-
do what you want.
He don't have to be a
No, he's
beta.
definitely an alpha.
So let me ask you a
we go
question.
head to head.
This alpha male, 6-7 years down the line, is he gonna be the man that Bang was describing? That's faithful.
Yeah, I believe
So why
What
did
if
you
you
react
get
like
bored?
that? Why did you
Yeah,
react
what
like
if you
that
get
when he
bored?
said
Because I'm not
6-7 years in?
Listen,
and he's
I
being
don't
faithful?
speak for myself all the time. I speak for the masses. Okay.
Oh,
how
Like
do you
there's a
know?
lot of
No.
like
women.
all women.
No, not all
until
women,
you
but
saying
there's
he ain't
women,
shit
okay.
on Instagram and too
No,
much.
but there's definitely women that I know that are in relationships with people who they think the men think. That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked you that question. Like, do you really know though? Like, do you talk to your women? Are you asking the right questions? Like, sometimes, especially as women, like we're not the most easy to be like, you're doing terrible and I'm leaving. You know what I mean? That's never the first thing a woman does.
A woman
Is
will
that what
stick
niggas
by
do?
your side. I'm
Is that
gonna
what
stick
men
by
do?
my man.
Would you let?
No,
Is
you
that
don't
what
do
you
okay,
that.
but do
You
it.
just cheat and then act like you're not cheating.
Hold on.
So is it okay if a dude does what y'all do?
Like, you think y'all
What
can
do
take that?
we do?
Do you think
She
y'all can
just
take
described
that?
it.
What? Tell them that we can't stay in a relationship?
Like,
Even
can
though we're
women
not
take
satisfied?
that type
She
of
never said that.
conversation?
That's what she said. She said
That's
women
what
are
I'm
more
saying.
likely to stay even though they're not happy.
Exactly. Men do that too.
No.
Are you serious?
What the fuck?
I was so deeply in love with my ex that
Oh
I
my
stayed,
God.
and the sex was horrible.
You said you were deeply in love. So
But you just said
you said it was
She-
only
no,
the
she-
first
no,
2-3
so
times that was
what-
the
what
You could
she
be,
said- hold on.
you could be unhappy
Wait,
with
what
somebody
she's
that you love,
saying
you know
is
that,
she's
right?
talking about majorities,
Why
right?
not?
No, I
In
mean,
this life,
That's not
hold
that doesn't answer the question.
What-
You
what-
can still be unhappy with somebody that you love, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
Well, I think that you should make tests mandatory, but I don't think it's because women cheat.
Yeah, I
just think it's because
I just think because people
Yeah.
play around a lot.
No, I think it's just like if you
people
don't
are
have no.
fucking.
It depends though. If you don't have no trust with the person, then yes. If you do have trust with the person, because like some of the things, okay, I understand that we live in a wild world, right? People do what they want to do. There's social media, this and that. There's
Right.
sneaky links. I understand that, but are we creating a generation where it's like, damn, it's soulless? You know, like there's no room for actual, real, stable relationships with communication.
We're scared to get
no,
hurt.
you know what I'm saying? But nah, it ain't scared to
it
get
ain't
hurt. But like
I don't
real
really
communication,
mean it,
like
bro.
okay, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. You're gonna tell me what you don't like.
That's what I
We're gonna
asked
talk,
you.
you know, things like that.
Because if you're gonna have an open relationship like that, open in the sense of like you gotta have open communication, it's so hard. You know what I mean? Like for somebody to step outside of a foundation that's already built. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
If a foundation is not already built, it's easy for men and women. Don't look at me like
Yeah, because
So
and
look,
men
so look,
statistically
so look,
and
so
women
look, so
are
look,
less emotionally
so look,
intelligent.
So
Like,
look,
Yo.
so wait a minute.
less intelligent.
no,
Yeah,
You
emotionally
could build with your
intelligent.
nigga.
Intelligent.
You could build with your dude, excuse me, not nigga,
Right.
for the next 5 years.
Yes.
And you can meet a dude out just being your friend.
Right.
And
That's
y'all
gonna
gonna
tap into that side
and
that
it's
he
gonna be
ain't
like,
tapped into.
damn.
But the
Right.
thing about it is, I have to say, that's the open communication. Me and my boyfriend have an open communication to the point where it's like, we're human beings. He's not gonna be the only person in the world that I think is attractive or I'm gonna have some type of feeling towards. It's just not logical.
Yeah, it's not like
That's
that.
literally not logical.
Sure.
So we've created a space where it's like, okay, cool. Like I'm a server and I serve at one of the most popular places in Buckhead, right? Part of my job is flirting with these men. That's how I get my tip. There's a lot of men that come in here and I flirt and I talk to them. Does it ever go past that? No, but at the end of the day, he knows I have a job to uphold. Does that make sense?
But you can control that. A lot of people can't do that. So look, you were saying that you were speaking for the masses. Now you're speaking for yourself.
No, but a lot of women can
No,
tap
you
into
can't-
that.
you
Y'all
don't
just
know
don't.
that.
No,
You're not
I
allowed
do know
women.
this. I do this because men are
Is
so
that what they
insecure.
tell you? Is that what you
Listen. Men are so insecure. Point being, I'm gonna give you a great
But you're
example.
only talking about the
I'm
men
gonna
you dealt with.
yeah, honestly.
How many have you dealt with?
Yeah, because you go to talk from
What's your
experience.
sample size, man?
My sample size is pretty
Boom.
big. My sample size is a variety. My sample size is a variety. Men are insecure. Like
It depends
if you
on who
tell
you're dealing with.
that is
Women
true,
are.
right? But that's what I'm saying.
Because you are
What's
this
the right
alpha male.
match?
I mean,
In my
alpha
previous
woman, alpha
relationships-
woman.
In my previous relationship,
You attract betas.
So do you think men
No, I
don't
do
cheat?
If you
not.
don't, that's why you with a new
Big
one.
B's.
The last one didn't work.
So
you
can
gonna
you-
find a beta male.
Do you
No,
think you
that's
could be in
gonna
a
let you be the
relationship for
boss.
7 years and no one has cheated?
Yes.
I think
It's
so,
possible.
yeah.
Yes, it's very possible.
It just depends on your maturity level. Like, you know, there's like phases you go through, right?
If I love you,
You know, no.
I would beat my dick.
Alright.
I don't think.
TMI.
I don't think you cheat. I think that's
Have
the
you cheated?
conversations become more
No, I would
open.
dump
You've
you.
never cheated.
I would dump the fuck out you.
You've never cheated.
I would dump the fuck
I have
out
in my
you.
life.
You have cheated. Have you
I
cheated? Okay.
I would dump the
So
fuck out you.
I have.
And that's what I'm trying to say. That's why it's like
No.
people go through phases, and it's like sometimes, like for example, if you cheat, you know you're not happy half the time.
That's not
Right.
true.
Well,
No,
is it
no,
cheating?
for
Is
me.
it cheating?
There's
if y'all
something
broke up?
missing.
No, for me, you
Is
know
it
there's
cheating
something
if y'all
missing.
broke
That
up?
is true. There's
That's
Got
what
back
I'm
together
saying.
the next day?
Huh?
Is it cheating if y'all broke up and got back to the next together the
Yeah.
next day?
If y'all not together,
Yeah.
We're not together that
If you can't be
No,
honest
if you
about
broke
it.
up so you could
If you
cheat.
can't be
I
honest
didn't
about
broke
it,
up
it's
to
fine
cheat.
cheating.
I broke up
Yeah.
because you pissed
If-
me off.
if you
and
broke
then I
up
had
to
to
cheat.
cheat.
If you broke up
that's
to go
cheating.
get some other dick,
That's some bullshit.
That's
Wow.
still cheating.
Yeah,
that's even
That's
worse.
different.
That's
even
But I
worse.
didn't get dick. I just kissed the person.
Okay, what about
Wow.
this?
That's
Might as
still
well.
cheating.
Hold on, what about this too? Like, so we're talking about DNA tests. Would you get a DNA test if
That's your wife.
You
yeah, if it's your wife, right? And also if the baby is born and you can clearly tell it got your big ass head. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, would you
That's
say okay?
different. That's different.
What? No, how
And
is it different?
excuse me,
I don't know, I gotta-
If it's just a girl I'm dating,
Yeah.
we're still honestly single in the, by
What?
Bible rules. My real shit. Like,
So if that's your
Wait, if you've
girlfriend?
been dating for
Listen.
If
5
that's your
years.
girlfriend, you're still dating?
it's not your wife.
it's not your
So
wife.
is she?
She's still able
Oh
to
my
go out there and
God.
do what the
A
fuck
whole
she
new
want to do.
conversation.
No, there are different
Two.
levels. One is dating,
No,
one is
y'all
a
only the answer.
relationship,
It's
marriage.
relationship and then there's wife.
But you have to have the
They're
actual.
not the same thing.
The way you treat your girlfriend
And
is not the
they're
same way
dating.
you're gonna treat your wife. Period.
That's
And the
okay.
same way.
So-
How the hell do you
dating,
get your
you're not
wife if you don't treat your girlfriend that way though?
Yeah, like
Okay,
How do you
so,
get to that level
so
of wife?
you're telling me if you meet a dude and you start dating a month in, you're gonna treat him like you're gonna treat your husband?
Yes. No, not maybe not.
No.
Maybe not the husband.
Boy, what?
There's different.
there's
There's
Exactly.
levels.
So you're
There's
saying
levels.
exactly.
But
so
if you
you're saying
become
what
my
I'm saying.
boyfriend, bro, there's
Boyfriend
no.
and what?
Okay, hold
If
on.
you become my boyfriend, we're on a road to marriage.
Can I
Yeah.
speak?
So let me ask you a
I'm not
question.
Sure.
making nobody
So,
my
okay,
boyfriend.
by
sure.
what
All
you
your
just said.
boyfriends-
Hold on.
guys,
Yes.
guys,
Okay.
we
Sorry.
get it. We get it.
So
There
by what
are
you just said
different-
though,
Can
bro,
I say there are different levels? There's dating, and that's when you're dating around. You're not committed to anyone.
You don't have titles.
You're going on dates with different people, getting to know people.
There's no
then
title.
there's relationship where you choose one person
Title.
that you are committed to, not marriage, but
Title.
you're going on dates with that person, but you're no longer dating. You're in a relationship,
Boyfriend.
and then there's marriage.
Yeah.
So
Right.
What's the
come on
difference?
now.
So at what phase
I
do y'all
just
think it's
said-
okay for
You
me to
said-
There's levels to this.
You said dating.
You don't treat your
But you're
wife.
saying, bro,
You don't treat your wife
you don't
and
treat your
girlfriend the same
girlfriend
way.
as somebody you're just talking to. If it's your girlfriend, like, that's your girlfriend.
Did
So
I not
are
say
you
there's
saying if it's
levels
your
to
girlfriend
this?
that she
I'm talking
shouldn't
about
be
from
tested?
girlfriend to wife.
He's talking about from girlfriend.
Is that what you're
Girlfriend and
saying?
wife. They're both titles.
Yes.
So you
Okay,
saying
so what was your
But what do
we
you
circle
cheat
back
on
to
your
can we
girlfriend?
can we
I
can we
don't
circle
think
back
you
to
treat
the question?
everybody like a
Yes.
husband, but you treat them.
Can we circle back to the
Yes.
question?
Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Now the question was
You're married.
if you're married and they deliver the child and you can clearly see the child looks like you or this and that, would you still have DNA tests? I think you brought up the whole situation with if you were dating, if it was like your girlfriend,
Yes.
because somehow magically your girlfriend can always step out, but your wife can never step out.
See, it then becomes to trust.
Yeah.
So y'all made a bond before God, saying that okay, I'm not gonna be with anybody else but this man or this woman. Now, if she has a baby and it's just a white baby, you just be like, okay, yeah, that ain't my baby. But if it's a black baby and it could look like yours, because there's some
could look
kids,
like yours.
there's some kids
That don't look
that
like you.
come out looking just like you, and when it grows up, it don't look like you at all.
Right.
And my homeboy is one person that I know. After 5 years, he was like, "Yo, this baby don't look like me." It wasn't his.
Yes.
Happened to one of my homies too.
I'm
After
saying-
he was 4 years old.
Same.
So that's why
Had
I'm
the
like,
baby
okay, you
tattooed
know
on his
what?
arm and everything.
Same.
That's what I'm saying. Get the test.
But I'm gonna say this: if I'm a wife,
But I can't
I'd
question
be
my
damned
wife
if you're
like
gonna
that.
ask.
Exactly.
I'd be
But-
damned if you're gonna ask me
but
for a
why,
DNA
though?
test because we're married.
That trust, yeah.
So
What?
you're so.
That
Now,
still blows
if
me,
I
like-
gave you a reason not to trust me, if I
Then,
cheated on you
yeah.
and you know that, then I would understand you asking me. But if there hasn't been anything that's happened in our relationship and you just come out and we're married and
Yeah.
say,
Okay, but like,
give me a
alright,
DNA
so
test
that
on
makes
my
Well,
baby,
that's what
I'm
I
gonna
was
be
saying.
pissed.
What
This
That's
makes
what I was
no
saying.
sense to me, right?
That's your
Because
wife.
before you know that's gonna be your wife, she's usually your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
So you have this girl, you know she's my girlfriend right now. I know I want to marry this woman. Say she gets pregnant right before she becomes your wife, but you know you want to marry her. There's a different level, like.
But you're missing what he's asking. I'm saying,
trust,
so, for example, if you're married and you have a baby, you know, with your wife or whatever, and it comes out, you're not gonna be like, okay, is that my baby? If I'm just got them in a relationship 2 months, she get pregnant, then you know further
How
down
was
the
that
line.
your girlfriend though after 2 months?
Are you listening?
There are people who get in relationships.
I'm sorry. Maybe because in my mindset, if I decide to make you my boyfriend.
No, but we're speaking about the
You
man.
missed what I
already
said again. I didn't say. I said y'all were in a relationship for 2 months. Y'all could have dated 9 months. I didn't give you the background. I just say that y'all been in a relationship for 2 months,
Right.
and you found out she got pregnant. So once she's pregnant, you're easily asking her once the baby comes out, yo, is that mine? Shit, I need to get it tested. But if you're married, he's not gonna be able to just be like, yo, is that my baby?
Yeah. Even
That
out
would
of
be wrong.
even
That
out of
would be
respect.
fucked.
Even like, just out of respect. But what if he heard like, oh, the office, you was in the office and guys are chatting, and Billy Bob over here told like his people said, hey man, you know, I just found out my child wasn't mine after 3 years.
I just.
And then he gets scared and comes back to you and say, yo, can I get
DNA
How would
test?
you feel
Just because
about
he's
that?
been scarred.
Yeah, how would you feel about that? Like one of his close friends just found out his 3-year-old is not even his.
And you've been hitting it.
What?
Is that what you're
No. How would you?
I probably would
Okay.
be like, okay, I'm gonna give you the test.
Would you feel
But
disrespected?
you owe me a motherfucking Tesla and a
Oh, shit.
underground
my God.
pool if I get this test.
For an uncomfortable conversation.
If
but
we're
no.
married and you're telling me to get a test because of what your homeboy went through, then you gonna give me something.
Okay. Oh, if y'all married.
Yeah, if they're married. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, give me something.
What
and
about
I'll
you?
do it.
I feel like the law should. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, because this is like it's mostly like
Yeah.
If you're
it
married.
steps on you.
What's the question?
Okay, yeah. The question is that if your husband comes back home from work and tells you a story about how one of his close friends realized his 3-year-old after 3 years, or even let's say after 4 years of marriage is not his, and he asked for,
I mean, I
and
don't
he asked you for,
I don't think I
DNA
have a
test.
problem with DNA test because it's like, if you know you're not doing nothing, it's something for me to just get that test.
but you know a lot of people would
But would
think
you be
would be
offended?
we offended.
Would I be offended?
Your husband.
Like
If
the
my husband
ego,
came to me
it would
and
hit your
was
ego
like-
like, oh.
You would.
I mean, yeah, I think I would be offended. Like, damn, you don't trust me.
So what I said was
But you would still
But
do
it
it.
wouldn't be a big deal.
But I would still do
So
it
what I
because
said
just
was
to prove
wrong.
him wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like a laugh in
So
your
it still
face.
comes
Like,
back
no, we can't be
to-
together no
what
more.
I was
She playing
saying.
Because you
chess.
don't trust me.
Really?
What's she doing? She playing
That's
chess.
why I
Let's
think
get
the
together
law
no
should
more.
make it a
You see
law.
what I mean?
Nah,
But can I tell you guys
So
something?
you can't ask your wife that certain
You
question.
can ask her, of course, 100%. But you have to, okay, pause.
You can't get mad
Because
if she gets
that's what I'm
upset.
saying. You can't go out here and dish out like actions and shit and then not be aware of the consequences you might get back.
Yeah.
You gotta do it all repercussions.
That's understandable.
Like you can't
That's
just be like,
understandable.
oh babe, well like Jimmy over here is not his kid. Is this my kid? And then they come back as your kid and you be like, okay, let's just be nice.
Yeah.
Come on
That's
now,
what I'm
guys.
I will
saying.
say
You need
this.
something.
A man is not even asking
But it
that.
still goes back to what I said. As a girlfriend, you can ask her whatever the fuck
Listen,
you want to ask.
no, bro.
But as
Even
your
as a
wife,
girlfriend,
you're
like,
limited to what you can
why is
ask
this
your
your girlfriend
wife.
if you're not?
Yeah, but
Bruh,
also you
don't-
gotta pay attention too because even some like a lot of women. I'm not gonna speak for women.
There's people
but
who
this
be
is-
with girlfriends for 9 years.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say it depends
Like,
on how
even
long.
a lot of women-
It depends
a lot of
on
women
how long
commit-
y'all been together.
A lot of women commit in the girlfriend role. Like you know,
Like,
like
that's what I'm
they see like
saying.
marriage and
Oh
everything.
my God.
There's a lot of
A lot of
girlfriends for
women
10
cheat.
years.
Do you know that 75% of the women on Maury, they
Wait,
don't
nowadays
But you
people
know
don't even
what
get
I'm
What are
saying?
you
Still
talking
cheat
about?
too.
75.
Like, what are we talking
Put a
about?
ring on her finger does not mean
Stop.
she's not somebody to cheat on you. What do you mean?
So that's what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying, like, 9
nowadays
years,
people
12
don't
years.
even get married.
The point he
They
was
are
making-
just in long-term relationships and then they have babies,
Yeah.
like for
She's
the most
racist.
part.
Nah,
My
man,
opinion
sign that
on the
business
matter
deal.
is that they should make it a law
It's
so we
a-
don't
Sign
have to
that
have
marriages.
It's a
They
business
should-
deal.
I
Just
think
make it a
that-
law.
I think that they should just
Just
do
make it a
DNA
law.
testing
agree.
Before his name goes on that birth certificate, it is proven
I agree.
because he's
With
legally
boundaries.
binded financially to take care of this.
I agree, and for that reason only, because men don't want to take responsibility. So if you make it mandatory, then they're gonna have no choice.
Exactly.
Because they can't sit around and say, "I don't know if that baby mine" for a year. Because you
I
ain't
mean,
trying to
so
get it
that would be a
taken.
slippery slope.
We're not talking about the other part.
he's
Y'all
not
want to
there
talk
when you
about
got the
women
baby.
cheating, but y'all not talking about men denying their babies.
Bro,
Not wanting to take care of
what? Niggas only deny their
Or
babies
stuff to the
when
place.
she's...
No, when men deny their babies for
everybody.
Yo, stop it. Stop it.
You stop it.
Let me tell
Stop
you a
it.
story.
So niggas is denying babies from the library.
Bro, my
No.
Yes.
You're
It's
fucking
the girl that
joking.
everybody will
You're
take
joking.
that hit.
Here's
No,
tea.
you're
Because
joking.
here's tea.
Stop
They
it.
have a wife at home.
Again,
And the wife was the fuck out librarian.
75%.
My best friend.
He is not the father.
My best friend was
In
fucking
those
with this
9 months, she
guy.
was fucking somebody else,
I'm gonna tell y'all a story.
And she don't know who she's
All
fucking.
right.
It's story time. My best friend was
Uh-oh.
messing with this guy for 3 months. She ended up getting pregnant. They had conversations about what would happen. You're clearly having sex without a condom. She's not on birth control, and you know that. They were having conversations, and she told him she would never have an abortion. She got pregnant, and he's like, have an abortion. And so she didn't want to have it. And he's
we
like,
already talked about this on this
and
show.
he's like,
It's on her.
well,
Two,
I don't
three
know if the
episodes.
baby's mine. She never got a DNA test, but the baby came out looking just like him. Like, full blown, his whole face. And she was willing to give it to him, but he said no because it looked just like him. But there are men who, you mess with a girl, and she could not be a hoe, she could not be messing with multiple guys. But men, as soon, not all men, but some men, if they're not ready for that, as soon as someone says they're pregnant, it's like,
Bro, it's few and far between. You know what's
I
crazy?
don't know if it's mine.
You know what's crazy?
How do I know
Guys
if it's
have
mine?
male friends. Girls have male friends that are wild. Out here wilding. And there are other guys that, yeah, they wild out. They in a strip club. They might, wild a little bit. But when they meet that girl that ain't with all the fuck shit, they switch up how they approach her.
Yeah.
That's not the girl that's about to be like, nah, bruh. I don't know if it's mine. Like, it's,
No, they
it's
were
levels to
leading
that, too.
towards a
There's
relationship, but
levels
she
to
just
that,
happened
too.
to get pregnant.
But girls
so you're
don't
just
wanna look
gonna
at it
have,
like that.
You're just gonna have sex and nut in any girl that you're just fucking with.
Bruh, is that
That's
the
on
only
you
way to get
then.
pregnant? Is
That's
that-
on you then.
So, if
if
he's
you don't
shopping-
fuck with her like that, why you nutting in her?
What does that have to do? So we're
Why
going
you
back to the
having
conversation.
raw sex
Well,
with
what is
her?
that goes back to the conversation you just brought up that we talked about on another episode of if he's looking you in the face and saying, I don't want this, and you're like, I don't care, deal with it. You might be signing up for a life and another child's life of hardship. for no
Not
fucking
everyone
reason.
believes in abortion though.
Bro,
you can't
Right.
force
What's going
abortion
on
on
in this
someone. Like,
conversation?
But you,
Anyways.
but you
No, you cannot.
Yeah, you can. You can force it on the man. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. If you want to have a baby,
Well, because
if
it's
you
a
wanna have an
woman's
abortion,
body.
you can force it on him.
you don't have to carry a baby
It's
for
not
9
a
months.
force.
You don't have to carry a baby for 9
But
months.
is
Let's
is it
not-
forcing it on him?
Let's
You
not
can't
go there.
force it on a woman.
Hey guys, let's not
Exactly.
go
But you
there.
can force it on a man.
We're gonna be.
You don't have to
hey,
carry
hey,
the baby for
listen.
9 months.
But it's
You don't
still
have to take
abortion.
care of it.
It's still a child.
Not 90%
It's our
of the
child.
anyway,
But it's
like-
our child, right?
You don't.
You're
you
killing
don't have to
our
take care of
child.
it.
Hey,
You
guys,
make that decision solely.
Guys.
You took the baby and killed him
It's
by
my
yourself.
body.
You remember what happened on the last episode? Does it look like a conversation you can finish?
No.
Does this look like a conversation you can finish?
Nah, bro. They
That's-
act like they want to smoke.
All right,
babies.
They be
We'll
drinking.
say
They be
this.
drinking.
For
No.
sure.
Yeah, DNA tested, man. Like honestly, me personally, I wouldn't get a DNA test.
Test that
I would-
baby.
In any
Test
stage,
that
like
baby.
relationship.
No,
Test that
like-
baby.
If
Test
this is
that.
somebody I'm committed to, like no, there's no point.
What if you just been like dating?
It-
Bro, what does dating mean? That means you're dating other people as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but if
so you're
so yeah.
Okay,
Test
for me,
that baby.
I've never really gotten
Test
dated.
that
You know, like it's either I like you or I don't like you.
Period.
You know, like if I go out with you a couple times,
Actually,
yeah, it's either no.
actually, I do understand
Girls
dating.
take 3 minutes for months.
I'm all
It's
about
niggas they don't
dating.
like.
I've dated.
I like
I've
living
dated.
my free life
But I
and
don't-
dating.
but I don't
And if
wanna-
I meet someone I fuck with, then I'll stop dating.
No,
and I'll-
because I know women
You're
like
still
dating.
dating
if
when
it-
you're in a
no,
relationship.
I know
So
women
that
like
doesn't
Yes, you
end.
can
No,
date in
you're
a relationship,
not.
but you're
Bro.
not dating other people.
Huh?
Hold on,
Wait, what?
wait. Oh,
Wait,
please.
what do you mean?
Hey,
We're
don't-
on the same page.
Can I-
We're on the same
We're
page.
talking about.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What is dating? Please, let's just do that. What is that?
The
Dating
courting
is
phase.
like going. Yes,
I want her to answer.
is going out and having fun together, getting to know each other, having those
So are you dating other
conversations. When you can date multiple people at
Yeah,
one
ain't
time,
that shit
you could
stressful?
also be in a relationship and be dating each other. But that means that you're going out on dates. That means you're going on activities. That doesn't mean you're dating other people. So there's a difference between the dating stage and dating your partner.
Okay, so
There's a difference.
dating is just an activity.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go.
So it depends
Dating
on
is a
what
status,
stage you are
and
with that
it's
person.
also
So are you fucking while
an
dating?
activity.
Is that an activity?
No, not necessarily.
Okay,
No.
So
So does
I
fucking
don't fuck
change the
everyone
status?
I date.
That's a
Okay.
fact.
But if you do start fucking, you're still dating.
No,
It
if I
hasn't changed.
fuck you,
If
you're my
we're
man.
fucking, then you're my man.
Wow.
Wow,
I
that
got that
is
one I
so
said.
toxic.
I got that one I
Jesus
said.
Christ.
I
I
have.
have, yes.
You
Okay,
told us
so
you fucked the
was
nigga
that
twice
your
and
man?
stopped fucking him.
That doesn't matter.
Alright.
That didn't
Oh,
matter.
so it don't matter now.
Not in that mindset.
No.
No.
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
It don't
I have
matter.
feelings for
Because
you.
listen, in those moments when you're having a one night stand that's usually not emotionally attached.
It's just
That is
sexual.
like-
It's just sexual.
Physical.
There's
Hence
no
why women
dating.
cheat more than men.
No, there's no dating in that.
Bro, there's nothing. If I'm
When
dating,
I had my one night
I'm
stand, I
loyal.
never went on a date with that person, and it was only a one night stand because we were long distance. If we weren't, we would have kept fucking, but it would have just been that.
mine wasn't long distance.
It was just good sex.
It was just what happened.
Well, I mean, so it looks like
We
It looks
never had
like-
one night stands.
it looks
You're
like.
lying.
I need to know a little person with a little bit more depth. Sorry, I'm not judging you guys, but that's
I don't think my nigga in anything.
No,
You're lying.
it's one night stand doesn't mean
I
that.
can't even make the face.
Hold on.
I can't even make
Don't
the
What
take
I'm
it.
not gonna let you do. One night stand doesn't mean you stick your dick in anything or you
Right.
let a person stick your dick in you. It means that you just never had a second opportunity to have sex.
Wait, no.
That's all it
That's
means.
not what the
Because
definition
when
of
I
one-night
had my
stand
one
means.
night stand, like I said, it just was a lack of. It was a
You was
distance,
drunk?
and then eventually, no, it was a connection. We had sex when we met, and then it was like he lived in LA and I lived on the east side, so it was like we tried to talk and keep communication, but we never ended up seeing each other again. So it slowly
that's
faded
not-
away.
That's
So that's a one night stand, though.
That's not a
You
definition
had-
of one night
Yeah,
stand.
no.
Yes,
Honestly,
it is
that's
when you
not-
have sex one time.
That's not what that means.
No, that's
What
not
does
one
it
night
mean?
stand.
Like by popular consensus,
Okay.
a one night stand is when you have sex with somebody
At
and
the
you
club.
never like at the club
Never
like
see
a
him
random
again.
person.
Oh,
like
no,
you
I've
just
never
never
done
done
Yo,
that.
what's
just
up?
meet somebody.
I've never done that.
No, I've never done
Anyways,
that.
I've never done that.
But I've had sex one time and never.
I've had sex one time and never had sex again, but never like.
Okay, yeah, that's
I
what
just
I
got,
understand.
sorry, but I'm sorry. This may be very.
Cap.
But guys,
I don't know if this is popular or
Okay.
not, but any sexual partner I've had, we have to go get tested before.
ladies and gentlemen,
Wait, what? How did you have a one
We
night
are
stand and
not-
did that?
Oh my
Can I-
God, she
You're
just
not
said that
lying.
on
You had
camera,
sex one
guys.
time.
You are
Lying.
lying.
yeah.
No.
You said it with a straight face?
So
So
every
that
person
mean-
you had sex with, you had.
She's
your sex
lying.
with?
I've actually.
So
gotten
how many
tested.
times have you got tested?
When did you first have sex?
When did I first?
So how many times have you got
There's
tested?
no way.
When did you first have sex?
Probably when I was 17.
Okay, so you had enough money to go get tested. You drove yourself.
Money, testing
Wait,
is
wait, wait,
free.
wait, 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 no.
Testing is 100% free.
How old are you?
So you went by yourself when you were
If you're
17?
17, it
It's
could be
different.
free.
Wait. She's 22.
Oh, you
I
only been
retract my
fucking for
statement.
5 years. Man, you don't know shit.
It doesn't. Okay, well I'm sorry. I don't have that many sexual partners to be able to give you a range of this and that.
No,
It's not
But I
like
do
it's
feel like
years,
though.
it's years.
You said it like it was a stat.
2004,
Like,
2006.
that's like shooting 2 free throws. You like,
to pay.
well, I've only missed 1 free
Hey,
throw
guys.
ever.
You know,
You've only shot 2.
Sorry,
if this was a test,
I just want to know.
if this was a test about staying on top, yeah, I failed.
Oh,
So listen, guys. All right. So a show of hands, right? Who would not be offended if their partner asked them to do a DNA test?
Like partner without marriage.
Oh my
Without-
God. If
without
she
that-
asked me, I would definitely be offended.
This conversation got so hot.
Hold on. Listen.
I wouldn't be offended.
Show of hands. Who would not be offended?
I wouldn't be offended.
I would ask. Is what
They
I
could
would
always.
ask. If she's not my wife,
You have a right to know. It's
If
your
she's not my
choice
wife,
as
I
well.
would ask. Like, and if she is my wife, I would try to get somebody else to ask.
All right. So there. Hold on. There we go. So,
Cut him out.
there we
Like,
go.
what do you mean?
It seems like DNA testing all comes down to really trust. It comes down to how much trust you have in a person that you're dealing with. You know, whether marriage, whether girlfriend, doesn't matter. All comes down to trust. So guys, in the comments down below, let me know if you've experienced this in any part of your life. Let me know if you have any friends, cousins, family members who found out that their child was not theirs. Let me know if you have a friend who's been asked, a female friend who's been asked whether asked for a DNA test and they've gotten offended. Let us know all those things in the comments below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope we gave you something to ponder and think on in your relationships, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of The Late Debate.
Tag them.
Tag us.